Welcome to the Resilient Teen Podcast. I'm here with Evan.
What's up, guys? I'm Evan. I'm a filmmaker. I'm based here in Cochise County area, and yeah, I'm really glad to be here with you, Phoenix.
So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm 18. I moved here about, say, like 4 years ago from New York. I just graduated high school. Let's see. I'll be going to college, Scottsdale Community College. I just doxed myself, so. Yeah, I mean, I just make short films. Aspire to do some things greater. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. I did not know you were going to Scottsdale. So where are you going to Scottsdale for?
Well, film. Yeah, film school. We kind of research a lot of schools that probably have the best film programs, and by far, I think Scottsdale has the best film program. They Steven Spielberg, he actually donated a lot of the equipment to there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think it was like an assistant director told me something about that. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So New York, I did not know you're from New York. How old were you when you moved to?
I think. Well, I was just going into high school, so I was about like 13, 14.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. So, how was your childhood? Where did you grow up in New York? And just tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah. Well, I grew up on Long Island, which is like east of the city, New York City. I grew up in kind of a small community-ish. I grew up in a nice neighborhood. And I don't know. I mean, I think I had a pretty good childhood. Nothing really traumatic happened. Like nothing really happened that kind of was a turning point in my life, I guess. Or I don't know. I guess you could say my parents divorcing, but I was way younger then. So I guess I'd say that. But yeah, I grew up in a nice neighborhood, loving family, Christian, grew up Christian too. Yeah.
That's awesome. So what started filmmaking? How old were you? Was there a movie you watched that made you want to start? Or?
Well, I've always been into movies. My dad really kind of showed me a lot of movies, good or bad, some raunchy movies. And yeah, I mean, I've really been into movies since I was younger. And what really got me into it, I've been doing videos since I was really young, like 7 or 8 probably. And just like stupid videos, like I used to play with my like action figures and stuff like that. And then I just started like, I don't know, just recording stuff that I found like aesthetically pleasing, I guess. And then I guess my mom kind of saw my interest in that, and was like, you know what, do you want to do this summer program at New York Film Academy, which is a actual like school for people who want to get into film, but they had like a summer program for younger kids. So, and that was about, I think I was like 12 or 13. That was a little bit before I moved here. So yeah, I did that program. They kind of taught me some, because I don't really do well-ish in an online setting, because it was all, the program was all online. So I don't really do well with like online stuff, but I try to learn, a lot about film and stuff like that. Some of the instructors told us some stories about the film industry and some, about like actors and stuff like that. And then we ended that, and then a few months later, we decided we're gonna move to Arizona, in Sierra Vista. I didn't know anywhere in Arizona, so I just thought, oh, I guess Sierra Vista is kind of a known town. It's not. And but before we moved here, I was like, you know what? I think I have to make like a Western, and I don't know where I got the short film part of it from. Maybe I don't know. I was like, I don't want to make an entire movie, feature film. So I just made like a shorter film. I really don't know where that part came from. I mean, that's been a thing, short films. So I was like, you know what? Let me make a Western short film, and we shot it on the bridge going to Tombstone, on Charleston. I think it's a San Pedro Bridge, River Bridge, or something like that. We shot it there, and it was my stepdad. It was and my stepdad and two uncles played my stepdad and my uncle played brothers, and then my other uncle played like the villain, and it was kind of like a satire off of like Western films. It was called "You Killed My Pa," and it's still like a fan favorite in my family. I don't know. I can't see it because obviously if you keep doing it, you're gonna get better at it and stuff like that. So I just see it. It's just like terrible. Yeah, I mean, I've really been doing more with it ever since. I've just been continuing to do short film after short film, and I've done some commercials too, and I've gotten into I actually got into photography when we moved here, because it is a beautiful place, the mountains, the canyons and stuff like that. So I got into photography. I do photography, but I think the main thing that I do is really short films and writing, writing them, screenplays, and editing them, and directing. Yeah, that's really my thing, I think.
So how old were you when you created the Wild West? Like your first, I guess you would say, first short film.
Right. I think I was like, it was the end of my freshman year. So I was like, like 14 or 15. Yeah. Now I'm 18.
That's awesome. So after you posted that first video, did you get any criticism, or were you judged by anyone, or?
You know what? I didn't post it on YouTube for a while, actually. I don't know. I may have been nervous to post it, and I didn't know if it was going to get good reactions or something like that. So yeah, I didn't post it for a while, but when I did, I thought to myself, I was like, I don't really care what other people think about what I'm doing, because everybody has their lives. So I was like, nobody's gonna talk about this. That's what I was thinking, and like I don't really care. I'll just put it out there. That's my work, So, but nobody actually criticized it. I mean, I'm 14, 15 at the time, and I just made this video. So yeah, no, nobody really criticized it, and I wasn't really scared of anybody talking about it in a negative light. So
you've never received any like negative like?
Oh, I have, yeah.
so what kind of criticism have you had, and also like, what would you say to someone that's like thinking about starting? Because a lot of people don't start something because of that fear of,
Right.
I'm going to be judged, I'm going to be made fun of, people are going to bully me. Like, what would you tell someone? And then what were some of the things you've been told and how you dealt with it?
Right. Yeah, I used to kind of promote the short films on the local group chats on Facebook. You know, the Sierra Vista group chats and stuff like that. And it was actually a good method, surprisingly. And I was like, okay, I'm doing this. And some people but it was just like little things. Like I did another Western called The Last Cowboy. And in it, you know, there's like power lines and stuff like that. Even though it takes place in like the later half of the the 20th century. So it was like, you know, more kind of the technology was kind of getting there, I guess. So, but somebody was like, you know, power lines in a Western film, and then we shot like next to that abandoned diner on the highway, and it had like blinds on the like the shot in the background. There was a window and it had blinds, and somebody commented like, "Oh, this why is there so and so blinds?" Like they pointed out like the specific type of blinds, and they were like, "Why is there so and so blinds in 1898?" And I'm like, "What?" Like I'm not paying attention to the kind of blinds, but that actually kind of made me realize, you know, maybe I should be more intentional of what is in the shot, as far as you know. The composition of the shot. But what would I say to people who want to do that? I mean, I've been judged about what I do. I mean, it's not very common for a guy to be into, you know, art, and because I do, you know, I paint, I draw and stuff like that. But it's not really common for a guy to be like into art and film and stuff like that. So I've been judged. You know, I don't play sports. I don't do anything like that. But I don't know. You just really shouldn't care what people think. Like you just shouldn't let other people dictate what you're gonna do in your own life. You know, like you don't go and judge another person for what they're doing in their life, you know, career wise, because, you know, in some ways, you know, judging is good, I guess, if you're doing a bad thing. But, you know, if you want to do something career wise, you shouldn't care what people think, you know, because people are doing their own stuff. They have their own dreams, you know. I want to be an astronaut. Or I want to be a basketball player. You know, everybody has their own cup of tea. You know, and not everybody is gonna have the same interests and stuff like that. I mean, especially in my school, I went to. I don't know if I should say actually.
You don't have to.
In my school, I was judged because, you know, it was primarily a sports oriented school, you know, the football teams and I like basketball. I like to watch basketball, but I don't want to, you know, I don't want to pursue a career in basketball. But I just feel like, you know, I was probably a little judged there because I wasn't like every other dude, you know. I like to make short films, and I like to paint, and I like to, you know, I did murals all around the school, and I don't know, sports, athletics wasn't wasn't my thing. I tried to get into it when I was younger, and I just didn't really like it. So yeah, again, I mean, it's everybody's preference. Not everybody's going to be into sports. Not everybody's going to be into, I don't know, engineering or plumbing or you know, everybody has their own thing. So
Well, that's cool. So, what would you say at the moment is your biggest film right now?
it's my biggest film right now. I'd say I'd say The Color Gray. Yeah. Because that was there was one other film that was premiered on Cool FM, and I mean it did well and stuff like that. But I think The Color Gray, people actually recognized it as a good like short film to when if you're depressed or something like that. I mean, the whole short film is about how doing good things kind of leads you out of darkness, because the short film starts out in black and white and it ends in color. And progressively throughout the short film, it turns into color. So I think that's probably my biggest film, and I think that's what a lot of people know me for doing. So yeah, I think it's that one.
So how did you start getting popularity? So you started, I'm sure you were staying kind of consistent, right? Posting and uploading. And what kind of got, like, you saying that you shared something in like the, I guess, town like group chat, like that is smart. Like I'd never thought of that. So like now you got me thinking there. So what did you do to like boost you and then start getting like your name out there?
Well, yeah, it really did start with putting the advertisements on the Sierra Vista group chats and stuff like that, and then I posted, and then Cool FM comments on the post. I'm like, okay, I actually didn't really. I wasn't interested in Cool FM before, so I didn't know what exactly they were about. And I messaged them, and they were interested in the short film, and we met up, and we talked about how this can be premiered on Cool FM, and that short film was a time pill, and it premiered and stuff like that. And ever since then, I've been working with Cool FM on their own stuff, and they premiered Time Pill, The Color Gray, The Path You Choose. All start with "the" for some reason. Yeah, I mean it just kind of happened. They just commented, and we got into contact, and I've just been working with them ever since.
So with your films, like I hear you saying, right, with The Color Gray, how like it starts gray and then it like goes into color, right? Mm-hmm. Like you have like meanings for like every film you do. So what is like your goal with your films? Are you trying to like help better like people that are young, or like what is your intentions with them?
I try to have a deeper meaning in the films. Because, for example, like the Time Pill, it's kind of a it's this guy. So it's about this guy that takes the time pill and he goes back in time for like a limited amount of time. So that's what makes it kind of addicting. But it's really like it has undertones of drug abuse, and that I feel like that's a very prominent thing in society. Obviously, drug abuse, drug addiction. So I just try to have this underlying moral, underneath the actual plot of the short films. And that's really with every film or short film or video. It always has that underlying moral of the story or underlying tone. So yeah, I really try to have a deeper meaning for it. And then obviously The Color Gray, it's like, just wanting to do good and be kind to people, and that kind of brings you, because when you like say like you give a homeless person $1, or open a door for an elderly lady, or anything that has to do with giving back, it makes you, at least for me, I think it's for everybody, it makes you feel better, So it's just, that one's just all about when you give back, you really reflect and say, yeah, I feel better when I do that. So that kind of leads you out of depression. And, I've been depressed. I feel like everybody's been sad at one point or has felt depressed. So that one really speaks to everybody. The path you choose, I mean, it's really underlying tones of gang violence. And I feel like that's very relevant for today, and especially for our town, because there's not necessarily gangs, but just, people who just aren't doing the right thing, and I just think that story was relevant to tell, and yeah, just trying to have a deeper meaning in the short films.
That's really cool. So, right, depression, you said that you felt like that before. So what about like the drug abuse in the gang? Like, have you ever like experienced that, whether maybe you or like a relative, or, and like, if you have, how has that affected you, or like give you inspiration, or?
Right. Well, I haven't experienced drug abuse or drug addiction, but I know some people who are addicted or abuse drugs. I mean, this is a part of my mom's testimony, so I'm not, just saying it out there for the first time. She has had struggles with prescription drugs. So yeah, I mean, I know countless people who are addicted. So for that, I just thought that was relevant to tell. And with gang violence, I'm not in the gang. I'm not, I'm not gang associated or anything like that. But there's obviously just not very good things going on in the town. And I mean, selling drugs could be considered a gang related thing or something like that. So I just think it was really relevant for right now, So
That's really good, and I like that you post things based on like how you feel,
right,
and especially you like mentioning your mom. Like, it's awesome, like that. You're like, other people need this, and I think that's really good. So
right.
to go back to like how you started, like, what was your like? How did you learn how to edit and how to like use the camera? Like, how did you have someone show you, and who was your biggest role model?
Well, all throughout my life, I feel like I've just kind of learned things on my own. I mean, I've been to like classes, but I didn't really gain anything from it. So I just, I feel like I've self-taught myself, like say with drawing or painting, and I feel like I've self-taught myself with the camera and editing, and of course I've looked up videos on how to do one thing. I still do that, or how to put this setting on a camera, or how to do this effect in like CapCut. So I've kind of felt like I've been self-taught. I don't think I've really had a mentor or anything like that, but I think everybody looks up to somebody. So like I'd say like Steven Spielberg, I really like. Christopher Nolan, I really like. James Gunn, they're all directors. I really like them. So yeah.
That's really cool. So with college and everything, how long? What are your plans after college? What are you thinking about doing? And is this what you want to do for a living?
Yeah, I think this is definitely what I want to do for a living. I'm probably going to be in college for about probably 2 years. So not that long. And I really just plan to kind of get into the industry, at any level, whether it's like a production assistant or like an assistant writer or like a grip, which is like handles lighting or stuff like that. Anything. I'd be down to do anything. Because that's kind of how it goes. You kind of have to build up until I guess people trust you that like they say, okay, this guy knows how to tell a story. You know, it doesn't matter if I've been doing short films. You still have to build your way up. So
I think that's really cool. So, are you looking forward to college? Are you very much of a school person, or?
I mean, I'd say I'm looking forward to it. I don't think I'm much of a school person, but if going to college means, if I gain more knowledge and to know more about the industry that I want to go into, then, so be it. I'll do it.
That's awesome. So, is there any current films that you're working on now?
Um,
You don't have to give spoilers, but
well, yeah, I am actually. It's been advertised on Cool FM and I actually run a division of Cool FM Films. So it's been advertised on there. It's the sequel to The Time Pill. It's titled The Time Pill Delirium. And it's just like a continuation of that story. Yeah.
so how do you so let's say someone's wanting to start out, right? You talked about how to overcome the fear, right? Just don't let it bother you, don't take it personally type thing, and then going forward. So like you grew it with the chats and all those things. So how did you find people to want to help you, like be your actors, would you say? How did you find people, and if you're looking for anyone now, how they can contact you or anything like that?
Right. Well, it started out with my family. My mom and my stepdad starred in a lot of them. My stepdad stars in this recent one, so I still kind of use them. I don't know, just some people would kind of sometimes message me, saying that they're interested, or recently I actually put out a casting call on the Sierra Vista groups, and I casted 2 people from that for this film. So there's kind of a lot of methods. I mean, you could like put out a flyer, or obviously post online, or if someone knows someone who likes to act or do this or do that. There's a lot of methods to trying to find people to act in, and I mean, you guys could, if somebody's interested, message me on Instagram or email me. I mean, all this will be in the description. Yeah.
That's cool. So in 5 years, where would you see yourself? If like everything could go the way you wanted, where would you like to be, and what would you like to be doing?
In 5 years, I really don't know. Well, I hope I'm in the industry and working and stuff like that. But I'm really striving towards a feature film, a full length film, because I don't want to do short films forever. But yeah, hopefully I'm doing something with that, or working with somebody on something else. But either way, I think I'd be in the industry, wherever that may be. Los Angeles. Where else? Like Texas is getting bigger with the film now. Where else? Like Nevada too, Colorado, Atlanta. So yeah.
That's cool. So have you ever met anyone that's like currently in the industry?
Yeah, I have. I've messaged some people. I've talked to some people that are in the industry, and one thing about them is that they're kind of all over the place. So it's a little hard to like kind of have a conversation with them. So I guess that's what to know that you're probably sometimes or a lot of the time going to be all over the place and thinking about one thing and doing the other thing and whatever. So yeah, I have talked to some people.
If you don't mind me asking, who have you talked to?
Well, nobody, not like a big name. His name is Colton. He he's been working in the industry for a pretty long time. He works with Netflix and some other production companies, and he's done feature films and stuff like that.
That's cool. So, out of all these things, what is like the best piece of advice you've heard, whether from him or somebody else, that's kind of helped you with everything? It could be in general too, but
Right. Well, I don't think it's from anybody in the film industry. It's actually from Tyler, the Creator, because I like music too. I really like rap and everything kind of. But he did a thing with with Instagram, and he sat down with a whole group of people, and he just kind of said the thing, because I don't exactly know what he said, but he kind of said what I said. I mean, you just really shouldn't care about what other people think. You're doing what you like to do. Why are you gonna care about what another person thinks about what you're doing? Like, just it doesn't really make sense. You shouldn't let people. It really is control, you know. Like letting people talk down to you about what you want to do, or say, no, I don't think you should do that. You should probably do another thing, when you really want to do that thing that you want to do. It's really control. Like if you're doing that, you're letting people control your life, for better or for worse, you know. And you just really shouldn't care what people do, and just do your own thing, because that's what matters. I mean, there's a lot of, the meaning of life. There's a lot of stuff that you could say, but a big thing is just doing what you want to do, doing what makes you happy, not what makes your parents happy, or not what makes your friends happy. Being uniquely yourself, and if you're not doing that, then you're kind of miserable for the rest of your life. So that's what I think.
Wow, I like that. That's really good. So, what would you say your dream project is, and your dream collaboration is?
My dream project. I've been thinking about it for the last few days. So that's funny that you asked that. I've had this idea for a few years. Do you know that the verse in the Bible, Ephesians 6:13, I think it is, the armor of God verse?
You can pull it up if you need to.
I
can double check.
I think that's what it is. Let me see. Just look it up. Armor of God. 6:11. Okay, that was close. Yeah, just that verse, but actually have the armor of God as a character, like as a fleshed out character, and have this world of angels and demons and stuff like that. I've never I've told people in my circle about it, but I've never said it out on a video or a post or a podcast. I feel really led to that. So yeah, I think I want to probably do something with that, with the armor of God, and actually make him almost like a superhero in a way, but not really, just like a protector, right? And fighting against demons and enemies and whatever. So I think that's that's probably my dream project that I want to do, and that will be like, you know, a full film and stuff like that. Dream collaboration would be, I don't know. I don't think with a filmmaker per se. Probably with another creative, like a music artist or something like that. But like collab with film, you know, like get their, like if they paint or if they do music, convert their vision into film and just put that on screen. So, but I don't know who. Maybe like Tyler the Creator, or like Frank Ocean. That would be cool, because that's my favorite artist. So maybe Frank Ocean probably would be my dream collaboration, or maybe work with him on like I'm just like putting this out. Just work with him maybe on like music or something like that. I don't know, because I've done some like music. I've done like instrumentals and some stuff like that. So yeah, I think that would be my dream collaboration.
What instruments can you play?
Well, I can't play instruments, but I'm not that talented. I It's almost like samples, you know, like
That's cool.
yeah, I just like briefly got into that. I'm not good. I don't think I'm good at it. But yeah.
That's cool. So let's break you down. Like you're in, like, how do you like come up with a film, and then how do you like write it out? Because you say you have to write out like the script, right?
Right.
Like how do you write it out? How do you like formulate it to fit the video? Because how does it come from paper and then like you actually like, this is where I want it, this is how I want to do it?
Right. Well, I think ideas kind of just like come to me. I don't really know. I don't really have a method with that. It just like pops in my head, and then I write down the idea on like notes on the notes app, or like a notebook or something like that. And then I kind of just go straight into writing it, like in a screenplay. And I just try to get that done. I don't really have a method with that either. I don't like do like, oh, I do like 1 page a day or something like that. I just kind of like, whenever I want to write it, or you know, want to write dialogue or something like that, I just write it until I'm finished. And then usually I actually like think about what the title logo, you know, what is going to look like, or what the aesthetic is going to look like, or who I'm going to have play the characters, or what it's going to look like is going to be in the day or at night, stuff like that. So I kind of like think about that, and then sometimes I do storyboards, like kind of draw out the individual shots and stuff like that. But usually, most of the time, I just like have it in my head, you know. I just get on set, and I just, one after the other, I get it out of my head, because it's almost like you have to get it out, or else like it's just like wasted, you know. And I watched this video, and I feel like I kind of believe it. Ideas are just like floating, you know, whatever. And if an idea comes into your head, and if you like say, oh no, I don't want to do that, it's eventually going to find somebody else who's gonna do something with that idea. And I just find it interesting. I don't know. I think that's kind of a neat way of looking at it. So yeah, and then I send the scripts to the people who are going to play the characters, and we film, and after that, I usually put together like a trailer, um, and I do the editing. I do this last time actually. I had Case on. I don't know if you remember him from Rise. He was one of the photographers.
Okay.
We worked on set for the time Pill Delirium, and he helped with lighting, and he was like, actually, I think you should probably, position yourself with the camera this way, or like, he actually talked to the actors. He was like, I think you should like say it this certain way, and I was like, I love that, like, because I got kind of sick of just doing it all myself, but I mean, I'm fine with that, but I actually want to collaborate with somebody. So having him there and kind of putting his input in on set was really cool. But usually I do the lighting and the camera work, and even at sometimes the prosthetics, or not makeup, because if a girl is gonna do it, she's probably gonna do it. And then I put together a trailer, and then I just start editing it, and I feel like I've kind of been a little bit lazy with this one, because I think I literally got finished with it like yesterday, and I was just thinking to myself, I wish I kind of did it earlier, but yeah, I just edit it. I do the posters too. If say like I can't get a good shot to put like on a poster, I could do like a photo shoot, of the main character, like we did this time. I literally, it's like it's called guerrilla filmmaking, or like photography, or anything, like, because I don't have like a black backdrop, but I do have a black blanket, so it was in the hallway, and I literally just put thumbtacks on each side of the wall, and I just draped the blanket down, and I just put a chair in front of it, and Cleve is the main character. He just sat in front of it, and we just did all these types of shots and stuff like that. We used lights, different colored lights and stuff like that. So that's just how I don't have fancy equipment. The only good thing I have is like the camera, the Sony camera, and like the lights that I have. It's like not even wireless. You have to plug it into a wall. That's kind of all I have. So I just kind of think of stuff that I can use either while filming, or like do a photo shoot. And then I think earlier on I choose like a release date, and I do like smaller advertisements for the films, and I mean, that's really kind of how I do it. So
That's really cool. So with like the photo shoots and stuff, like how did you learn how to like use the camera? Because I've seen those cameras, bro, and there's like all kinds of settings. Like,
right.
How did you like learn from somebody, or did you just kind of like mess with the settings, or?
Well, I have a Sony 6400, which is kind of like the base level camera for Sony. I don't really like reading manuals, so I don't. I put it in the box and I throw it away. But sometimes I do kind of find out for myself and navigate it. Sometimes I'll go on YouTube and look up like, how do I get this setting on, or like how do I put this filter on it, or something like that. I try to, because it's just always worked for me, just trying to figure it out on my own, and I eventually just figure it out. So yeah.
That's cool. So have you monetized like anything you've done, whether it's a film or you take pictures for people in charge? Like, have you made anything from it yet?
With photography, I do photo shoots. I've done like graduation photo shoots and wedding photo shoots. Like this recent one, I did my cousin's wedding. I think it was in June or something. I think it was in June. So yeah, I charge for photo shoots. I don't make money off the short films because sometimes, I mean, people can put copyrighted music in a video, put it on YouTube. It'll get copyrighted, but like nothing will really happen. That's kind of the same thing with what I do. I don't really care if it doesn't make money, to be honest with you. Eventually, I will care. So that's when getting a license for the song comes into play. But for now, I don't want to make money off of it. So I put in the song that I want to put on, and I mean it gets copyrighted, but nothing kind of happens. So yeah, I just do photography. I make money off of photography.
So let's say I was interested in getting a shoot or whatever for a wedding or a hangout or whatever. Like, how can people find you and like go from there?
Yeah. Well, recently I was told that it was kind of hard to get in contact with me. So probably just message me on Instagram at Evan Escue _ or email me, which again, it's gonna be in the description. I don't know, like anything like that. Yeah. I don't know what else people would want to try and contact me with, So
That's cool. What else do you think of? Anything you want to talk about before I ask some more questions?
Did we go through all of them or no? Not yet.
We went through most of them.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's almost been an hour, bro.
Wow.
It goes by fast.
Wow. No, I don't think so. I mean, if you have any more questions, we can keep going.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask more of like who in your life right now is like, I guess either like help pushing you or someone that like you can go to. Who would you say like the two people that you could say, and how like people don't realize, like I'm sure like your mom has helped you out a lot, and a lot of people don't think that they can go to their family or like can't go to their family. Like, who have you found? Maybe some friends or like anyone that you can go to that has really helped you through everything.
Right. Well, my mom has been a big supporter through it all. I mean, she was the one who put me into that online class back when we lived in New York. My dad kind of got me into, because he showed me all types of movies. But I mean, if you can't really find that support in your family, which I've been blessed to have that support, I mean, just try, a teacher, a friend, or a mentor, someone at your church, or find a group that supports your dreams. I mean, I don't really have, well, I guess I don't really have friends in general. So, oh, I guess I do have. I probably shouldn't say that. I do have some friends, but I mean, for the most part, I find support in my family, because I bounce ideas off of them sometimes. I'm like, what do you think about this, or what do you think about that, or most of the time, I haven't done it a lot, but most of the time they're the first ones that see the short film, and they put their input into it and tell me how maybe I can do it a little bit better with editing or anything like that. So I kind of find support. But again, if you can't really find that support in your family, which I hope some people have, just try and find, a friend, a teacher, a pastor, anything like that. You'll always find someone. There'll be that one person who will support what you want to do. So,
would you say that like you're pretty good at doing that yourself too?
Yeah, I'd say so. I never really doubt myself. Sometimes I do, because I feel like everybody does. I get kind of down, or I get my hopes up sometimes, and that's normal. That's completely normal. But yeah, I think I do a good job at kind of supporting myself in a way. Um, but it just makes it even better that to have uh, people around you who support you as well, and yeah, that too. I mean, just like surround yourself with people who want to help you in pursuing your dream, because that makes a huge difference as well. I mean, yeah, I do support myself sometimes, and I do have confidence in myself, but I have a circle that believes in me as well. Um, so just find that circle and tell them your dreams. Like, hey, I wanna get into fashion, or I wanna be a Olympic swimmer, or I wanna be a basketball player, I wanna be a football player, I wanna be a baseball player. Just find that those people who will support you through it all. So
That's really cool. So getting back to the films, how long do you like? Does it take, like, you get the idea to when you write it to when you record it to when it's finished editing? How long does that take?
um well, I usually give myself a month, probably like a month and a half maybe. Because I think I started with this time pill sequel idea back in maybe like early late May, maybe early June. And then in that time, I wrote the script. I got people to play the characters, um, edited it, and then it comes out. It comes out August 8th. I don't know why I didn't bring that up. So yeah, I give myself about a month and a half. And like I said earlier, I kind of disappointed. Well, I didn't. I was a little lazy with editing, like the final cut of it. But yeah, I think it probably gives me about a month and a half. I give myself a month and a half to do it. So
That's cool. So it's the 18th today. So right now it's July 18th. It comes out August 8th. So have you finished recording everything?
oh yeah, yeah. A cool thing about it actually. Before production began on it, we were going to go on this trip to California, and we did, and we went up all the way up to San Francisco, and I came up with the idea of what if, like, so in the original, in the first time pill, he goes back in time to like his family diner, and he confronts, spoiler, I mean, it's been out for like a year. He confronts himself, like his younger self. But I came up with the idea. I was like, what if he goes, like, he just warps, like, and he jumps from place to place through time, you know? And so we filmed stuff on the Santa Monica Pier in Los Angeles, and we filmed stuff in Big Sur, or in like Northern California, and we filmed stuff in San Francisco, and then we filmed, the important stuff. I think it's called principal photography, here on the ranch, and then after that we went on the trip and we filmed those scenes, and yeah, it was pretty cool. We actually did this, like, so we did some scenes for the actual short film, and then we did some scenes for this ad that's gonna come out, which is like a parody almost of, like, you've seen those Ozempic ads and the prescription drug ads. It's kind of like a parody off of that, because I've been thinking about it lately, and I'm like, it's becoming more and more relevant that, like, Ozempic, it's not really that good for you. I mean, it loses it's just I feel like it's not a very healthy way of like losing weight, right? So I feel like it's just this ad is like a parody of Ozempic ads, and people will see it when it comes out. But yeah, I kind of forgot the question. What was the question?
No, the question was, I don't even know, to be honest, bro.
I just like went on.
No, you're good though. Well, that's what it was. How long it takes from when you start to when you end.
Right. Okay.
You're talking about shooting and stuff.
Right. Yeah, in that time, it probably takes like 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, because we film a lot on just one day. Like with the Time Pill Delirium, we filmed on a Saturday, and we got that all down. And I think a few weeks later, well, it actually wasn't until we were on the trip that I started putting it together. Because I was actually kind of procrastinating, which is weird because I usually don't procrastinate. I usually just get right into it. But it wasn't until when we got on the trip, when we were on the trip, that I started editing it. And I just ended it. I finished it, sorry, yesterday. So I'm trying to remember when we filmed the scenes on the ranch. I think it was on like June 18th. So it just like basically took almost a month between shooting it and finishing it in post.
So what would you say about this one you're really looking forward to?
I don't know. I see it as like a experimental film almost. I think I did a good job in like shooting it, and I think it just looks really good. And a lot of the shots are really cool in it. Like there's some shots of the Big Sur, with the mountains and then the waves crashing against the mountains. There's shots of that. And there's shots in like San Francisco, and there's one particular shot that we did on the Santa Monica Pier, and he just kind of it's not really a spoiler, I think. He's just kind of walking through and through this crowd of people, and I don't think I've ever gotten that kind of shot before, that other like just random people are just in there, and like it makes it more, I feel you're more in it, because he's walking through just random people, like they weren't extras, they're just random people. And yeah, I think that's what I'm looking forward to this one. It's pretty cool. I think the film is just really, really cool.
So from where you're at now, 18, to when you started around 13, 14, like,
right.
What is one thing that everything you know now, like you've experienced, the good editing, the bad editing, the good days, the bad days, what would you tell your younger self starting out?
Just to like hang in there, I guess. Just keep going with it. You'll get more advanced along the way. You'll get more skilled with it. Because for this one, I just started using this software on my computer. I used to use CapCut, and I used to edit it on this iPad that I have, and now I do it on the computer. So yeah, just like keep going with it, because it's with everybody. If you keep practicing with it and perfecting your craft with it, you'll just automatically get better. Whether it be directing, whether it be acting, basketball, just sports in general, I guess. Just like keep going, and you'll just get where you want to be.
That's awesome. So to talk about, like, because when I texted you, like, you said to talk about like some of the pages you're running to. So you run Cool FM Films. Is there any other pages you're running?
No, no. I just run Cool FM Films, which is kind of I'm building. It's like a startup basically. I'm building into a later on. I think it's gonna be like a studio, like a film studio. But for now, it just we do like film news, like some reels and stuff like that. But we actually have this group of filmmakers that we're gonna do like interviews with, and they'll premiere their films on it, because right now, so the Time Pill Delirium is actually going to be the first production under Cool FM Films. So I'm just kind of trying to show the example of what it could be like if somebody is like, oh, I want to show my film on Cool FM Films. So I'm just trying to show people that what it's gonna exactly look like if you wanted your film to be advertised on like Instagram or like TikTok or whatever, and then eventually like premiered on like YouTube. So yeah, I'm just trying to. That short film is gonna be like the example. But yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty cool. No pun intended. And yeah, but yeah, no, I don't run any other pages.
So Cool FM Films, like I like that you're saying like this is like the example. So what are you looking for, like to like a young person out there that's like, or however old that like, I'm starting short films, like what would you tell them, like, hey, this is how you should, like, hey, if you DM the page, then we can like discuss on how to promote you or whatever. Like what would you say about advertising, and what kind of reels are you posting on there? And
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I'd say. Like, just message us, and because it's not just me. We have like other a few other people who run like the marketing for it, and just message us, and we'll see how we can like promote it, stuff like that. And we do like. So we do like there's one segment called the post credit show that we just started, and it's about I bring on like just regular like moviegoers, stuff like that, not like people who are really interested in film or want to do film, or like film critics or stuff like that. Just like regular moviegoers, and we have that on like YouTube, and we do like the shorter version of it on Instagram and TikTok and stuff like that, and we do like movie hot takes, and we do as like reels, and people just like say their hot take, and then we just do some like other, I don't really know how to explain it. It's just like some other like, send this to the person, blah blah blah. Like send this to the person who owes you a movie ticket, or like this is your sign to go to the movies. So I guess like, I think it's called like Film Core or something like that. So we do that, and advice for people who want to do short films. I think you just gotta start. Like, it doesn't matter what quality it's gonna be. You just gotta like start, whether it be on your camera, on your phone, and it's probably gonna most likely be on a phone. You just gotta like come up with an idea, or just film B-roll, which is just like shots of like, say like trees or mountains. That's how I kind of got into it, weirdly enough. I just kind of found stuff as pleasing to the eye, and I just kind of put it together. But like, just come up with like an idea, and you just have to do it. Like, you can't just say, oh, I'm gonna get into that, but you never do. You just have to start somewhere, So yeah, I think that's probably the best advice that I'd give.
That's cool. So with Cool FM Films, is it just to promote strictly films, or is there anything else? Are you guys like gonna start making certain films for that channel, or is it just a promotion page? Would you say?
Um, it's probably just kind of a promotion page, because the whole really the point of it all is kind of to bring a community of filmmakers together here, because there are a community of filmmakers in Cochise County, and there's a community of filmmakers across the state, you know? So, and that's eventually where I think we want it to be. But it's just the whole point of it is just to bring people together and have it be like a melting pot of just content, and not in a money-making way, just showing your work, you know, just showing your art. And we also do like we shout out some like photographers, and we show their work, stuff like that. But really the whole point of it is just to bring that community together and just show what everybody's working on at any kind of level, you know. So yeah,
That's awesome. Well, that's all the questions I have. Is there anything else you want to add or promote or share?
I don't think so. The Time Pill Delirium is coming out August 8th. And just do what you want to do. If you're not interested in film, then do what you are interested in. You know, don't care what other people have to say. You know, just you gotta just be you. Yeah, I think
that's awesome. Well, Evan, I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Guys, check out his links in the description. Every link that he sends me will be down there. And just go stick with him. Go follow him. I'm excited to watch this film. I've watched a couple of them, and they are actually really good. So
thank you.
Congrats on graduating high school.
Thank you.
Yeah, but thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know what you think down in the comments, and we'll see you all in the next one.